We have a little announcement, an update from our good friends here from Earth Justice. A warm welcome and applause for the work they did today. And we have a representative from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe as well.
That's right, Nicole Duchanel.
Nicole Duchanel. So, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here and for your interest. My name is Jan Hasselman. I'm the lead attorney for the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe. So want to tell you a little bit about what happened in the decision this week, and then where do we go from here, what happened today. So the decision last week was a very significant victory for the tribes and a validation of the claims and concerns we have been raising from the very beginning of this flawed process. The court made three important holdings. He said first that the Army Corps had failed to deal with the evidence in the record that the Army Corps' oil spill risk analysis was flawed in important respects. We, Standing Rock, Cheyenne River, Oglala, had commissioned expert reports that said, that challenged important parts of the Army Corps' risk analysis. The Army Corps ignored those scientific documents in its finding that no EIS was required. That was against the law. They have to go back and do it again. The second key part of the ruling was that the Army Corps not only ignored the risk of an oil spill, it ignored the consequences of an oil spill to the tribe's treaty rights, specifically to hunting and fishing, which lie not just at the core of their treaty right, but at the core of their culture and existence. So they need to look harder at what an oil spill means for tribal treaty hunting and fishing. And then finally, the court found that the court's environmental justice analysis was flawed. This is actually a pretty significant ruling. It's the first decision that I'm aware of ever in which a federal court has set aside a NEPA decision for a flawed environmental justice analysis, and that's really important. Basically, the Army Corps looked narrowly at the area around where the pipeline would be dug at Lake Oahe, and said, "Oh, look, there's 7 white people and a lot of cows. No environmental justice problem." They ignored the risks downstream, which would fall completely on the tribes. So that was the decision. We didn't win everything. We lost some stuff too, stuff that was hard. But nonetheless, the court set aside the Army's environmental analysis and said you need to do it again. You need to reconsider these elements of the environmental analysis. So 2 things. Where do we go from here? One is, what does that process look like? One of the things we talked about in court today was that if the Army Corps goes into a room and closes the door and comes up with a new analysis, we won't have moved this ball any forward. We won't have solved any legal problem. We'll just be back in front of the court again. So our position is this needs to be an open process. It needs to bring in the public, and it needs to consult with the tribe and its experts. And we're going to be asking the court to order that if they won't do it themselves. The other question is, what happens to the pipeline in the interim? As the court recognized in its opinion, the standard remedy when a permit is found to have been issued without compliance with the law, with the environmental analysis law, is to vacate that opinion. If the opinion is vacated, they don't have a permit to operate that pipeline under Lake Oahe, and the pipeline would have to be shut off. What we talked about today was a schedule for briefing that issue. Not surprisingly, Dakota Access is going to have some strong opinions on that question. We have strong opinions too. Our view is that until there is a proper risk analysis that looks at the risk of oil spills, that considers the impacts to the tribe, they shouldn't be operating that pipeline. And we'll be saying that as forcefully as we can to the court. That process will take a little time. It'll take through August for the lawyers to exchange briefs on that issue. And we would expect a decision sometime after that, probably September. So I'm going to hand it over to Nicole.
Thank you. And again, I'm Nikki Duchanel. I'm an enrolled member of the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, and I'm also lead counsel for the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe in this litigation. And I would reiterate a little bit what Jan just said, that the court's decision on summary judgment in this case was a significant victory for Indian country. in light of the fact that it forces agencies, including of course the court, to take seriously our treaty rights and to take seriously the impacts of infrastructure projects on minority communities, Indian communities, in this environmental justice analysis. The agencies will not be permitted under this precedent to simply elide and gloss over those issues. And so we're very happy, the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe is very thankful that this court has said that the government has to honor its solemn treaty obligations to us, in which it agreed in a bargain for agreement with the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe and the Standing Rock Sioux Tribe to honor and protect our right to hunt and fish in this area. So it was very important. And with regard to the remand issue, as Jan noted, it's the tribes, all of the tribes' expectation that we will be a part of this process and that we will be permitted to enter into the dialogue and provide information and consult on a government-to-government basis with the Corps as it makes its decision on these 3 pending issues. And as we advise the Corps today, if the Corps is going to obstruct us and work with DAPL to attempt to keep us out of this process, then the tribes are prepared to go back to the court and fight this issue out in further briefing. So the tribe is thankful for all the support that it has received. All of the tribes are thankful for all the support that we receive from activists and in the community, and from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe, Wapila Tonka. Thank you.
So thanks so much for all your support and for your interest. If there are immediate questions for Nikki or I, we can take them over here. Thanks so much.